Hello, my name is Cal Wodrowski, and I'd like to welcome you to this dance lesson, which is just one lesson in a whole series of lessons on how to do the rhythm two-step, which is also called the Arizona two-step. You know, a few years back I decided to do these lessons and make these available for free on YouTube so that people all over the country and around the world can learn this dance that has been so popular in Arizona for many years. It's an extremely popular dance among country dancers. It's very versatile, there's a lot of benefits in it, we talked about all that before, but I decided to do this, and you know, the neat thing about dancing, it's kind of like a metaphor for life. You've heard people say, stop and smell the roses, or life is a journey, not a destination, and dancing is kind of one of those activities that's kind of like that. Dancing's not about getting to a certain place on the dance floor or getting done with the song. It's not even necessarily about getting to a certain level of dancing. It's more about enjoying the music and enjoying the dance along the way. So I sure hope that you're enjoying these lessons, and it's been several months since I've had the opportunity to do any of these lessons with Shelly. Shelly is the primary person that's offered to do these lessons with me. She doesn't get anything for it. We're not charging for these lessons, and I so appreciate all the help that Shelly has been with all of these lessons, because I could not have done it without her. So it just so happens that with our schedules it's worked out for Shelly to help me. So Shelly, if you'll go ahead and come out. Thank you, by the way, for all the help in the past, and thank you once again for helping me out with this one.
It's been a pleasure.
So in this lesson, Shelly and I are going to teach a move. It's a fairly advanced move. It includes several ladies' outside turns with a lady's duck. And then from there, we're going to teach how you can reverse it and do another duck. We may break that up into a separate lesson. But let's go ahead, Shelly, and just start out with this. I'm just going to do the move without counting it or anything like that for now. Very good. First of all, a lot of the times in these lessons that we have taught or done a lady's outside turn, we've led it with the gentleman's left hand and the lady's right hand. A signal, and then she goes into the outside turn. With this particular move, we're changing things up a little bit because we're leading gentleman's right hand, lady's left hand. Otherwise, everything's exactly the same. This move is a few ladies' outside turns going into the duck, ending up in the hammerlock. That's what we're doing. The way we're going to do it, it's going to be a total of 4 ladies' outside turns, but it could be 8, it could be 3. But the way we're doing it, it's kind of a couple ladies' outside turns, then you start into the duck, end up with a 3rd turn, and then finish with a 4th turn into the hammerlock, which you'll see as we break it down. But the main point I want to make here is that it's ladies' outside turns, so the lady's footwork at this level, if you're going on with these lessons, the lady's going to know what to do with her feet, because she's just doing the same thing she always does with the lady's outside turn. The gentleman's footwork for this is just a bunch of 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, until you get to the end of the hammerlock and you come back and do 5, 6. Gentleman's footwork's the same. One thing that's different, as I just mentioned, we're starting out ladies' left hand, gentleman's right. And what we're going to do, we'll kind of do this slow once. We're going to, let's just do a little bit of basic, and then I'm going to kind of let her know something's up by kind of bringing one or both arms this way. It doesn't matter how you do it. You kind of let her know something's up, and then I'm going to let go with my left hand, and I'm going to turn her. She's going to turn, turn, and then I'm going to bring this arm down, bring it around her back, lift it up gently, let her keep turning while I do my footwork, and we end up in this hammerlock position. From this hammerlock, when we taught the hammerlock lesson, from this hammerlock, there's all sorts of things you could do. You can just dance in place with the hammerlock as much as you want. The gentleman could do an outside turn to come out of it. I could just drop that hand and just go back in either closed hand position or open position, or from the hammerlock, as we talked about before, you can go into a wrap like this. You can dance in place. There's all sorts of things you can do. But that's another lesson. So if you're interested in knowing what to do after you get into the hammerlock, I would refer you back to those couple lessons we did on the hammerlock and ways to get in and out of the hammerlock. What we're going to do is we're going to do a basic here, 5, 6, signal her, she's going to turn, then I'm going to bring the arm down, she's going to go into the duck, continue on along, and end up in the hammerlock. It's a total, if you can this last rotation she did, and we ended up like this, even though we're offset, that is the 4th turn. She's actually made it around 4 whole times. A couple things to mention. When you're leading her, you're gonna, when she's going around that one time and then another, you're gonna bring her arm down, and you want to allow the arm to twist. So the way I'm holding her hand is like this. It's not like this. It's not grabbing like this. The whole time as she's turning, I'm letting our hands pivot, kind of like this. My fingers are kind of in the cup of her hand. And then, let's turn this way. And then I'm taking her wrist and kind of gently giving it a counterclockwise rotation. And here when you're doing this, gentlemen, you want to allow this arm to be close to her back. You don't want to be bringing it out. You can hurt a lady's arm this way. So you want to have it close to her back, and you're going to raise it up a little bit. That'll kind of help her indicate to her that she needs to duck or bend over. And by the way, I think it's worth mentioning here is we teach a number of advanced moves for this dance, and this would probably apply to a lot of the other dances. Some of these moves, if you try doing it to a sound that's a little bit on the fast side, it might be a little hard for the lady to do it without getting dizzy, depending on the type of footwear she's wearing and the floor and the condition of that. It might be hard to get around. And you can also hurt ladies' shoulders and arms. So just kind of be aware as you're doing some of these advanced moves that you're not doing them with somebody who's not comfortable doing the advanced moves. I wouldn't just grab anybody without knowing what level they were and do some of these moves, because if you're going and trying to do a duck and pull their arm wrong, you could hurt them. So just be aware of that. Be a little gentle as you're doing this. So let's back up just for consistency. We're going to come back here. So without worrying about counting her footwork here again, I'm just going to kind of talk about what we're doing. I'm letting go of the left hand here, my left hand. She's going around, and then I bring the arm down, and I need to keep it close to her back, bring it up a little bit. She'll keep turning, and along that way, as I've allowed the hand to wrist, I'm bringing it up. I'm also kind of making sure I'm following through with my hand to let her get around. She needs to be able to continue rotating. That's not going to work if I'm not allowing some flexibility here. So, and then we end up in this hammer lock. For people who want to follow along, we'll do it from this angle, then we might turn and do it from another angle. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just like that, very nice. We're going to do the exact same thing from another angle here. So remember, we want to be in the 2-hand hold position. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very good. Okay, in the event that anybody would like to go ahead and follow along with the music, I'm going to go ahead and count this out. We're going to do one set of basic first. On that first 5, 6, I'm going to signal her. It doesn't matter at what point I drop her right arm. You can signal with both hands or just drop it. And then we're going to go into these 4 complete turns. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. We're going to go ahead and like mosey on over here, and we're going to go ahead and do the same thing again from this angle. Same exact thing. Here we go. Ready, and 1, 2. Okay, well, we sure hope that you enjoyed this lesson. I don't really have like a name for this move per se. It's really a combination of several ladies' outside turns, taking the lady into a duck, ending up in the hammerlock. One thing to remember, sometimes when I'm doing this move, I don't need to turn you 6 times to show this. Sometimes, depending on the dancer I'm dancing with, I may turn her like 6 times and then take her into that duck and end up in the hammerlock. But remember, anytime you're taking the lady into several turns, even the ones we just showed, which is 4 ladies outside turns, it's a good idea to turn her in the other direction. So even though we just said that when you end up in this hammerlock, you can do anything you want, remember that the lady just did 4 outside turns, and a lot of women would like to at least be turned once in the other direction. And that's why what we're going to show in the next lesson is a way to kind of reverse this and go into another duck. That's one benefit in doing that, because she's actually going to do a couple turns. We sure hope you enjoyed this lesson. It's good to have you help you back again, so thank you very much. So we hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.